Yuji is actually back and he soloed everyone. He has this amazing new hissing blood that actually took out a building and split into many ways. But yes, Yuji is fully back. He's taking care of business, and this is not clickbait. This is not fake. Yuji is really back in the story with Mahoraga and Dabra continuing. Let's just get right into this. I don't even know what to say. I'm serious. This is just incredible. Be sure to leave a like on the video. It helps out so much. Thank you very much. And of course, subscribe for a ton of consistent and quality Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo content just like this, especially after this chapter. Like, this is gonna be crazy. We're gonna be talking about this non-stop. So let's just start. Yes, Itadori Yuji actually came back in this chapter. I will actually just cover the chapter from beginning until end, so I'll go from page 1 to the end. But I really just want to talk about the Yuji stuff. So I'm very sorry about this. I'm gonna breeze through the Dabra and Mahoraga fight. Not that it's bad, it's just I want to talk about the Yuji stuff. So with Dabra versus Mahoraga, yes, it continues. We can see Dabra kind of activates the technique on his third eye, and he actually moves so fast that just at moving at near the speed of light, it actually levels the entire city. So I'm gonna brush through the pages very quickly. You can see he begins to kick at near light speed, and it's so hot and heavy it actually destroys his leg. And he says the closer you get to light speed, air behaves like solid rather than a fluid. And of course, he kicks Mahoraga. It creates an explosion of which the likes we've never seen. This is actually comparable to Sukuna's furnace. I'm gonna be honest, I think it's even more destructive. This is insane to me because all of this came from a single kick. I'm gonna be honest, Dabra is the most destructive character I have ever seen in my life. And 8th page, it says, it's probably easier to adapt to plain brute force rather than complicated techniques. That's frustrating. So as we've discussed before, like I talked about this in my previous video, so if you watched it, you already know, it's very fast to adapt to plain attacks like slashing or brute force. And page 9, Dabra says, at the same time, it's the first time that a fight feels enjoyable. I find that self within me. And then of course, a very strange page 10 where he says, I want to fight more skillfully more, with Dabra just imagining himself dancing and romancing with Mahoraga. Just a very strange page, I'm not gonna lie. And then Dabra actually kind of lost his leg and he says, you're in the way. I should just cut that off so Earth sorcerers can heal people too. Basically saying that when they offered to treat Maru, he realized, wait, these guys actually have a way of healing. That doesn't exist in Sumeru's sorcery. With cursed energy being born from negative emotions, how do they heal? Even with the spirit-bodied creature's blade, so Maharaga's blade, it's like it can actually use a different kind of energy. And Mahoraga, basically through this fight with Dabra, just through Dabra realizing all this stuff, he actually begins to use reverse curse technique and he heals his foot. As crazy as that sounds, just from realizing it exists, he instantly uses it. As I've been saying, put Dabra in the Heian era for 2-3 years and forget, and I swear to God, he would be as strong as Gojo and Sukuna, if not stronger. Like, this guy, just from realizing on his own thought, like, wait, reverse curse technique exists, instantly is able to use it. Like, he doesn't even know the concept. This is the craziest part of positive energy and things. Like, he just thinks, oh wait, in theory, is that how it works? And just uses it. So, honestly, a genius that we've never seen. And in the next couple pages, the translations are so off. I'll have the raw pages here, but it's just the Earthlings talking. Some people theorize Higuruma is one of the people talking. And there's talks about Angel's group, there's talk about Sukuna's group. There's a bunch of things happening here, and I have some rough translations, but honestly, I've learned from my own that even just using the leaks rough translations for text-heavy pages like this is completely pointless. Like, honestly, it's even just going to spread misinformation. So I'm basically going to cover this in my video tomorrow where I'll have the full clean translations. That's where I'll cover these pages. I'd rather not just use rushed leaks pages for this. But to sum it up, basically the aliens are saying, oh yeah, we're not going to listen to these rules of Dabra, we're just going to kill any humans that we see. And the aliens actually see some humans and they're about to fight, and Itadori Yuji is there, and this is the craziest part of all of it. Yuji actually shows up, and we see Yuji says, ah, that's great, I knew this would happen. I didn't even get to say that though. And in the next page we have, as crazy as that sounds, like, he just uses piercing blood. Like, he just uses a simple piercing blood right there, and it is so unbelievably powerful that, remember, Choso, being a grade 1 sorcerer, could just do one of these. Yuji fires off dozens and dozens of piercing blood, and we even have this color page. I don't know how people made it so fast, but all at the same time, and he actually tries to hold back. He literally, as you can see in this page, is only disarming the people, so he hits, like, their hands and just removes all their weapons from everybody. But even then, even while trying to hold back, it still hurts everybody too much. And we see that the building actually explodes in blood in a crazy page, and even Yuji says, wait, did I go too hard? Did I use too much power? So yes, Yuji is actually back using piercing blood on a level we have never seen before. I'm gonna be honest, this is one of the craziest chapters I've ever seen, and I cannot even imagine how insane it's gonna be when Yuji actually begins to use cleave and dismantle and blood manipulation. Now, a lot of people were trying to say, you know, maybe Yuji Yuji's not actually that strong. Maybe Yuji didn't become the strongest or something. Maybe he became lazy. And I kept trying to tell people, no, all of the evidence in the story points to Yuji being so strong that they see him as objectively not only the best chance against Dabra, but someone who can even beat Dabra. And then just seeing him use piercing blood while holding back, like he's actually holding back, and for him to use it in a way, I want to remind you that this is such an incredible feat that even Choso, the best piercing blood user, like people hype him up as being this godlike piercing blood user, can only use one at a time, and he cannot do this. He cannot control his blood in this way. You have to realize Yuji's piercing blood, it went like an actual homing missile where he sensed the individual cursed energies of everyone in the building. His piercing blood went into the building and made its way to each person individually. We have never seen piercing blood work this way, like never. As a matter of fact, we've never seen blood manipulation period work this way, where it's an actual can't miss technique. This is genuinely akin to a domain expansion where you actually just can't dodge this because it's tracking you. Piercing blood's deadly aspect was the fact that it was so fast, but in exchange for it being so fast, you couldn't really control the trajectory and it would just be straightforward. Often when we saw Naruto Shikamo use it as well, any character actually, even Choso, it would just go in a straight direction. The best times that we saw it being used, at least with some use of direction, is when Choso used his supernova, so he's able to create the orbs, place them in specific places and have them explode. But Yuji's blood manipulation is so insane that he can use the strongest technique, piercing blood, at hundreds of levels of them and split them all off individually. Now this, I just cannot stress how insane this level of skill is. This is a level of skill that, I'm gonna be honest, like it's comparable to Ryomen Sukuna right here. I always thought if Ryomen Sukuna had blood manipulation, he would be doing stuff like this, but even I would have never imagined it would have been accuracy on this level. It would have been finesse and technique on this level. People seriously are underestimating just how skillful it was what Yuji just did in this chapter. And not only that, but the fact that he can control his piercing blood's level to specifically not even hurt people. Well, I guess it hurt them, but he wasn't trying to kill them, like he just wanted to disarm everything. So it goes to show us Yuji still isn't killing everybody. He just wants to resolve the conflict between the aliens and the humans. And yes, Yuji is actually coming back, meaning Yuji is going to solve everything. Like I keep trying to say, Yuji is gonna come back. I bet my whole channel that Yuji is gonna come back, and he's actually here. I don't even want to imagine what it's gonna be like when Yuji uses his shrine, his cleave and dismantle. If he is this accurate with simple blood manipulation, can you believe what level of skill his cleave and dismantle is? I want to say as a fact, I say this as a fact right now, he can use it on Sukuna's level. Maybe he's not as strong as Sukuna. I think he's stronger than Sukuna, man. Fuck Sukuna, he's stronger than him. I genuinely think so. And that is a crazy thing to say, but look at the level of skill of this blood manipulation. Look how much blood he made where a casual attack, like he's so casual about it, genuinely, completely chill. The level of accuracy, the strength of it, the skill of it, how he's controlling how strong it is, the just raw talent and skill and finesse of it all, and at the end how much blood, like the blood explodes from the building. Like there is so much blood, it is actually covering an entire building, like not a house or something, a full-sized building. You can see blood squirting out at every single window, and this is Yuji holding back. This is Yuji actually holding back. Can you imagine if Yuji were to go all out with his blood manipulation? I'm not kidding, maybe he could actually sink an entire city in blood. I genuinely think that would be crazy. Can you imagine if Yuji summons a pool or wave of tsunami of blood, just taking out skyscrapers and stuff, and that's just casual stuff for him, and he can control that blood as well. And then he's got shrine, and he's got the flames and cleave in his mantle, and he can definitely use it like Sukuna at this point. And he's got domain expansion, he's got reverse curse technique, that's insane. Yuji, I just can't believe he's back. And of course, the Dabra Maharaga stuff is cool. It is insane to me that Dabra versus Mahoraga, Dabra moving at light speed in this incredible JJK feat and stuff, is being outshined by Yuji versus Sukuna. Like, I guess I shouldn't say Yuji versus Sukuna, just Yuji coming back. I'm just so baffled by all of this. Like, actually, this is one of the craziest chapters ever in Jujutsu Kaisen. I mean, I'm not even in my own country right now, I'm in a holiday, and even I gotta record this. But hey, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please be sure to leave a like. It helps out so much. Thank you very much. And of course, subscribe for a ton of consistent and quality Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo content like this. If you love it, my god, you're not gonna regret subscribing, trust me, this is amazing. But that's all from me. Have a great day, guys, and take care.